on the corner of 25 West Main Street in downtown Vermilion. The Spot, Winnie Mays, is proud to support programming on Coyote News. The Spot, Winnie Mays, providing salon and spa services for men, women, and children.
Live from the Al Newharth Media Center, this is Coyote News.
Tonight on Coyote News, classes were canceled and plows covered the streets after a snowstorm blew through Vermilion.
And 2 USD students are being featured in a South Dakota public television special airing in February. Coyote News starts right now.
Hello, I'm Nick Nelson.
And I'm Cassidy Cornell. We'll get to those stories and more, but first, the headlines.
Mary Tyler Moore is dead at the age of 80. She rose to fame in the 1960s sitcom The Dick Van Dyke Show, and later starred as one of the first single working women on the well-known Mary Tyler Moore Show. After being diagnosed with type 1 diabetes at the age of 33, Moore became a spokeswoman for the disease. President Donald Trump signed an executive order today to begin the immediate planning of a U.S.-Mexican border wall. The president says construction will begin within months and Mexico will pay back 100% of the cost to the U.S. The Trump administration is also considering a 120-day suspension of refugee admissions. Actions could be announced as soon as tomorrow. The Dow made history today, crossing over the 20,000-point barrier for the first time ever. It's up more than 1,700 points since President Donald Trump's November election. Investors are hopeful the Dow will continue to rise despite February traditionally being the weakest month after the election. And those are your headlines. And now let's take a look at weather with Lauren Solik. Lauren?
The first big snowstorm of the winter has hit Vermilion, and a few flurries may continue to fall while everyone digs out. Currently, it's 27 degrees. Tonight, the temps are going to drop down to 17 degrees with a 20% chance of snow. The temperature will stay in the mid to upper 30s throughout the week. Tomorrow will be mostly cloudy with a high near 23 with a nightly low around 18. Friday will be slightly warmer with a high of 26. The nightly low will be around 22. For your weekend, Saturday will be the warmest of the week with a high of 31. There's a slight chance of flurries Saturday into Saturday night, but it doesn't look like any significant accumulation. We may lose some of this snow early next week with temperatures reaching the high 30s or low 40s, so build your snowman within the next couple days. And that's your Coyote weather.
About 10 inches of snow fell in Vermilion, resulting in classes being canceled after 3 p.m. yesterday and resuming at noon today. Heavy snow started falling just after 11 yesterday morning. The city of Vermilion asked residents to use caution while driving during the winter weather warning. A snow control brochure was sent to all USD students via email, informing them where their cars would be safe during emergency snow removal procedures. Driving on Highway 50 displayed limited visibility as plows worked to clear roads to help with heavy snow pileup. Vermilion drivers took caution by slowing down to adjust to the conditions. The National Weather Service says more snow could be on the way later this evening.
Coming up,
On the corner of 25 West Main
people
Street
filled the
in
streets
downtown
of Sioux Falls to participate in the nationwide Women's March. We'll be right back.
Climbing's awesome because it's challenging, both mentally and physically.
You gotta love climbing because even when you're not climbing, you get a great view.
Climbing's great because I feel like Spider-Man.
Climbing is great, because even my nerd friends can do it.
Climbing's awesome because there's always someone who has your back.
Come to the rock wall and figure out why climbing's awesome for you.
although you're not allowed to have pets in your dorms. The Sioux Falls Humane Society explained how you can still interact with animals without owning one.
My name is Alma Sehovec, and I'm the volunteer coordinator, and I plan events, recruit volunteers, set up service groups, tours, and many other things.
Sehovec says there are 60 to 80 active volunteers, and the Humane Society is always looking for more.
We have to do a whole background check. No, I'm just kidding. You fill out an application, and just so we can see where your interests lie, and then I contact the applicant to set up an orientation with them.
There are a variety of ways for volunteers to help out at the Humane Society. Sehovec says there's always something going on there.
You can cat cuddle, cat therapy, dog walking, help us clean, helping with special events. And one of my favorites, what I call matchmaking, is when they spend time with the animal, get to know its personality, and then help customers back there find the right fit for their home.
If you're interested in volunteering, you can go to sfhumanesociety.com for more info. Thousands of people, including USD students, gathered in Sioux Falls this weekend. The Yote Report's Nathan Finster says they were marching in solidarity with the Women's March on Washington.
A sea of pink and signs with creative messages filled the streets of downtown Sioux Falls on the first full day of President Donald Trump in the White House. Organizers estimate that 3,300 marchers attended the protest, and USD senior Logan Anderson was one of them.
It's really great to see this turnout.
Organizers had only expected around 1,000 people.
1,000 people marching in Sioux Falls, South Dakota for, love is awesome.
The Women's March in Sioux Falls is one of more than 600 happening around the country the day after the inauguration. The main one is in Washington, D.C. The Women's March on Washington was organized to protect the rights, safety, health, and families of women. But people were also there supporting many marginalized groups. Anderson says he's marching for Students for Reproductive Rights, but there are other reasons as well.
I think there's a lot of people here for personal reasons. Also, I'm here to support trans rights, and so it's exciting. It's an exciting time.
It's estimated that more than 1 million people marched across the world. While the organizers said the march was nonpartisan, there were clear signs against the 45th president. He tweeted a response saying, quote, "Watched protests yesterday, but was under the impression that we just had an election. Why didn't these people vote?" However, 95 minutes later, he tweeted again saying, quote, "Peaceful protests are a hallmark of our democracy." Anderson used his right to peaceably assemble to spread love.
It's been a very tough election year, and I think both parties are very divided. But we're just trying to spread the love, trying to make sure that people are supported.
For the Yote Report, I'm Nathan Finster.
Anderson also attended the march in Vermilion later in the day. There were marchers in Pierre and Rapid City as well.
Still to come, 2 USD students brought together through music. Stay with us.
Hey guys, guess what day it is? Anybody want to guess what day it is? Guess. Hey! Guess what day it is? Hey, boss. Guess what day it is? Oh, come on guys, I know you can hear me.
3, 2.
It's Newsday. It's Newsday!
Being in a band may have been a dream of yours when you were younger, But for 2 USD students, that dream became a reality. Coyote News' Crystal Schoenbauer has the story.
35th and Taylor may be young, but there is no denying that this band has chemistry. Anna and Evan met at their middle school talent show and have been together ever since.
My mom told me that if I was ever going to start a band that she needed to be the singer. So I was like so scared of her mom and stuff. And
English teacher.
It was the most awkward conversation ever, giving my number to my 8th grade English teacher, saying, "Here, have your daughter call me."
Since then, they have been performing all around the region, in bars and street dances. Anna even had the opportunity to do a blind audition for the 6th season of The Voice.
I was 15 years old when I auditioned for The Voice. I did open call auditions in New York, so that was the first time I've ever been to New York. It was crazy. There was probably like 7,000 people waiting outside this building to get in. And I didn't really think anything of it. It was just an opportunity to experience an audition.
Although Anna didn't make it far on The Voice, the band has had many opportunities, including opening for Andy Grammer. For Coyote News, I'm Crystal Schoenbauer.
35th and Taylor just released a new album that you can find on iTunes, and they'll be featured in the SDPB TV series No Cover, No Minimum on February 25th. The SGA recently announced candidates for the upcoming election. Coyote News' Devin Martin is live in the Al Newharth Media Center. Devin?
Thanks, Nick. I'm here live today, joined by Josh Anderson from the McNary and Anderson campaign and Sadie Sweer from the Sweer and Lund campaign, to ask them some questions about the campaign so far. So thank you two for joining me today.
Thank you.
So Josh, the first question, and we'll go to you. So why did you want to run for office?
So Tegan and I decided to run because we're really passionate about USD and love the opportunities that we've been given during our time here. And we just really want to make sure that all the students here also have those same opportunities and have a positive experience during their time here at USD.
Sadie, how about you?
Absolutely. So Lucas and I first got together in a study abroad trip, and we found out that we share the same interests in creating and getting involved in student orgs, and we realized that that could be so much improved, and we also want to make this a great student experience here at USC.
Thank you. And now, Josh, your platform I saw on your Facebook and Twitter posts are involvement and improvement. So can you explain to me briefly what that is?
Okay, so actually our platform is going to be 3 points. We're going to unveil another point tomorrow. It's going to be inclusiveness. So as you mentioned, the first one's involvement. We really want to we think the best way to have a successful student experience here at USD is making sure that all students know the resources, opportunities, and organizations that are available to them, and trying to get everyone involved here on campus. Along with that, to go along to improvement, that's mainly geared towards improving the relationship. We think there's so many ways that the USD and the community can benefit from having a productive and positive relationship. And then lastly, inclusiveness. We really want to make sure that students here, everyone feels included, specifically reaching out to students that maybe feel excluded, whether they're transfer students, non-traditional students, freshmen, anything like that.
Thank you. The first debate is happening on February 23rd at 4, and the election will take place on February 28th and March 1st, where USD students can vote on the USD portal. Live in the Newharth Media Center, I'm Devin Martin.
On this week's blog, students are sharing their thoughts about snow and much more with Coyote News' Crystal Schoenbauer.
What do you think is the best part about this snow right now?
That we might not have class.
Hey there, I'm Crystal Schoenbauer. I will be the blog reporter for this semester on Coyote News. I hope you're all excited and ready because we have so many fun activities planned this semester, including our own kind of version of Coyote Cribs. So make sure you always have your room clean because you just don't know when I just may show up. We're also going to be around campus here in the Muck, Wellness Center, everywhere, wanting to get your opinion on some fun questions. So be prepared. Hi, can I ask you guys a question? Okay, what do you think about the snow right now?
I'm actually pretty excited about it because we haven't had snow like all winter. So
Are you guys gonna go build a snowman or do something fun?
I mean, we could if we really wanted to.
If you could put anything on a bagel, what would you put on a bagel?
Pesto.
Pesto?
Yeah, I love pesto.
What do you like to do in the snow? go sledding. So if you're ever wondering where the athletes are, they're not here. What do you think about the snow right now?
I don't mind it.
What do you like to do in the snow?
Make a snowman.
Oh, me too! Have you ever seen Frozen?
Yes, I have.
I built a snowman that looks like Olaf. How's it going? Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
If you could pick one place that you'd like to be right now, where would you like to be?
Farther north.
Oh, good. Cool. Like Canada?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, good luck with Canada.
Well, Levi, we're halfway through the first year in the new arena.
We definitely are, and we have coming up many new features for the athletes, and we'll see those and more next in sports.
Climbing's awesome because it's challenging, both mentally and physically.
You gotta love climbing because even when you're not climbing, you get a great view.
Climbing's great because I feel like Spider-Man.
Climbing is great, because even my nerd friends can do it.
Climbing's awesome because there's always someone who has your back.
Come to the rock wall and figure out why climbing's awesome for you.
Your fire attack. Your fire attack. 1926.
This is Coyote News.
Welcome back. I'm Levi Goots. Tonight on Coyote Sports, we take a look inside the new arena, and we'll talk to USD football's all-time leading scorer. But first, Lauren Solak has our headlines. Lauren?
Jamaican sprinting star Usain Bolt has been stripped of one of his gold medals from the 2008 Beijing Olympics. The medal was from the 4x100 meter relay event. Bolt's teammate Nesta Carter tested positive for a banned substance after a reanalysis of Carter's samples from Beijing. USD freshman pole vaulter Chris Nilsson bettered his school record to 18 feet and 1 inch on his way to being named the Summit League Track and Field Athlete of the Week. Nilsson is the first Coyote vaulter to surpass the 18-foot mark and currently ranks third in NCAA standings. And those are your headlines.
Thanks, Lauren. USD Athletics are through their first year in the new arena. Coyote News' Michaela Feldman tells us about the new features and how fans are enhancing the Coyote experience in this week's Sports Report.
It's historic. That's what players and coaches say about their new home. In August, the Sanford Coyote Sports Complex officially opened its doors to fans.
We've had some fans coming in to see the new arena and realizing that they love to watch the game that we love to play.
Michael Rundy is the assistant volleyball coach at USD. He says the environment is more of a production now than it was before.
There's a game day atmosphere, and it's not just music and a small scoreboard, but there's graphic and lights and music.
This $66 million, 173,000 square foot facility can now hold a crowd of 6,000 people.
Although there are thousands of new seats, fans can still get the same Coyote experience even from way up here.
The complex contains the new arena, 2 practice courts, a hot and cold whirlpool, lounges equipped with nutrition stations, a sports medicine and athletic training area, a film room, and a 7,500 square foot weight room that doubles the size of the domes.
Now with this arena, we can, you can get a great education here. You can compete for championships, win championships, while still having that mid-major feel.
USD setter Brittany Jessen has played in both the Dome and the sports complex. She says the arena gave the team a new chance to be seen.
I think that when we played in the Den, it was awesome and definitely a home court advantage for sure, being the fans so close to us and all that. But I think transitioning here, having 2 years there and 2 years here is an awesome class to be in to get both those experiences.
Both Jessen and Rudy say the fans get just as loud as they did in the Dome, and their excitement is what drives the team.
We won the regular season this past year, and we hope to do nothing more but progress this next season, and I really think the arena gave us an awesome platform to get that started.
Rudy says they're already looking ahead to next season. He says their goal moving forward is to increase attendance. For the Sports Report, I'm Michaela Feldman.
The men's basketball teams plays Western Illinois tonight in the Sanford Coyote Sports Complex, and the women play North Dakota State tomorrow night. Sportsmanship and fair play can make the difference in any basketball game, but it's the referees that control the court's atmosphere. USD's intramural sports program takes the time to train their basketball officials. The training also acts as a refresher course for seasoned officials. The training consists of a 1-hour classroom session followed by on-court drills. Discussion-based drills allowed for new officials to get a feel for what they'll experience in a real game. A small scrimmage at the end gives officials a chance to practice their new skills. USD's Intramural League is always looking for new officials. Contact Connor Singheisen for more information. Former USD kicker Miles Bergner recently competed in the NFLPA Collegiate Bowl. Coyote News' Andy Hartman is live in the Al Newharth Media Center with him to talk about his experience. Andy?
Thanks, Levi. Although the Coyotes finished their football season in November, Miles Bergner continued his season playing in the Collegiate Bowl this past weekend. Thanks for joining me, Miles.
Thank you.
So what was your favorite part about competing in a game like that?
Well, initially it was going to California. Obviously it's a lot warmer than here, so it was really nice seeing the beach and seeing the sun and having it be 65 degrees, so that was the best part. But kind of witnessing the level of play that some of these guys were at, and they were exceptional, and having all these guys come from all over, that was a big part of it too.
All right, cool. And you're planning on playing in the NFL. How have you been preparing for that?
Right now, it's pretty much after the game, it's just lifting and practicing in the Dakota Dome. So just kind of putting my nose to the grindstone and getting to work.
All right, great. Thank you.
Thank you.
The NFL draft begins in April. Live in the Al Newharth Media Center, I'm Andy Hartman.
Thanks, Andy. The men and women's swimming and diving teams captured dual meet wins against Western Illinois last weekend. The men won by scores of 136 to 101 and 140 to 100, while the women beat the Leathernecks by scores of 167 to 72 and 148 to 83. Freshman swimmer Sabrina Sabrianu broke a pool record in the 200-yard backstroke. Senior diver Grayson Herding has been named Summit League Diver of the Week for the 30th time in her career. Herding broke the pool record on the 3-meter dive on her way to capture the 1 and 3-meter diving events in both days of the meet. Freshman swimmer Josh Sorby was named the Summit League Swimmer of the Week. Sorby swam to 3 individual event wins in the 400-yard individual medley and the 200 and 500-yard freestyle. That's a look at sports. Next, we ask students if they participate in the new Bachelor Fantasy League. We'll be back in a moment.
The Latino Student Organization is a all-inclusive student organization that focuses on bringing in Latino culture to University of South Dakota. We do fiestas, we do piñata parties. We also just hold potlucks where we cook and we just share Latino culture and food and just mingle.
USD's Media and Journalism Department can be seen and heard all over campus. Faculty members know that hands-on experience now is the key to success after college. Get professional experience by participating in one of the many practicums offered. Have your voice heard on the radio. Edit a promo for a campus organization. Investigate breaking news stories for a weekly newspaper. Design advertisements for local businesses. Get involved with the Media and Journalism Department at USD and start your future now.
This is Coyote News.
In this week's Out and About, we asked students if they participate in the new Fantasy Bachelor League. Here's what they said.
Oh, I've heard about that, but I don't like sports or The Bachelor, so no.
No.
Define Bachelor Fantasy League.
No, I'm not. I wish I was because I love The Bachelor.
No.
Yes, because I love The Bachelor.
Well, as I currently don't watch that show, it would be very hard for me to pick something like that, so probably not.
No, I'm not.
I do not. I personally am not watching this season because I don't really like Nick Viall very much.
I'm a little bit too busy with living out a real life adventure.
My roommate, she loves The Bachelor, but I haven't watched The Bachelor.
I am not participating in an actual league, but I should be because I love The Bachelor and I should probably sign up for that.
I'm not because I've never heard of it.
I'm from Australia. I've only been here 2 weeks, so I don't actually know what that is.
No, I don't really watch the show. I find it very unrealistic.
That's all for Coyote News. Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
And be sure to listen for KYOT and KAOR daily updates throughout the week.
Thank you, and will you have a good night?
This is Coyote News.